Alright, so one of my kids ain't been feeling so good, so it's time to cook up some Jewish penicillin, which means chicken soup. But I know there's a million chicken soup recipes out there. We're going to make mock chicken soup. We're going to make one the whole family can eat. It's going to be vegetarian. So we got some ingredients here. I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, clear, chicken-like broth, but it's all vegetarian. We got some fresh carrots, some celery, some parsnips, baby dill, very important, some fresh baby dill, some parsley over there. We're still going to need some prepared broth products here. I think they just add good flavor. So we got some Better Than Bouillon vegetable base. I like this one, not chicken cubes. And also for a little seasoning sometimes, I have to throw a little Bragg's liquid aminos in there. And of course, Evan's here to help us out, and he brought Mr. Willard along too. So we're gonna be in good shape. We'll cook up some Jewish penicillin, have him feeling good in no time. So I got about 3 parsnips, 3 carrots, 3 stalks of celery, 2 big cooking onions. I forgot that earlier, but 2 big cooking onions in there. All of them chopped up kind of big. Gonna drizzle over a little bit of olive oil. Turn the flame on high under this, and we're just gonna saute the veggies for a few minutes here. I'm going to throw in a little kosher salt just to, help the veggies sweat a little bit. I don't want to use too much salt yet. This ain't for flavor yet. This salt's just to get the veggies to start sweating. Got this all in a nice, heavy bottomed stock pot here. And again, what we're after here is we're after a delicious, vegetarian broth that is, a good, delicious substitute for, when someone wants chicken soup. And again, I love a good chicken soup, don't get me wrong here, but sometimes people want a vegetarian, right? And I have never found out there a single recipe that really made a delicious mock chicken broth that I was really happy with. And so I'm just showing you here the way I do it, combining a bunch of different things. What are we going to use this for? Well, I could use this for matzo ball soup. I could use it for, a noodle soup. In this case, I'm going to make some kreplach, which are Jewish soup dumplings. And I'll probably put that in a separate video. We'll see how long this video gets. So I'm just going to stir these around a little bit, saute them, get a little bit of the flavors going on the veggies before we add any water here. Got that salt on there, and then once things start to get hot, I'll turn the flame down to medium. Probably saute these things about 10, maybe 15 minutes, see how it's going. Alright, so this, I've been sauteing here, probably, I don't know, about 8 minutes so far. I'm starting to get some browning on the veggies. It was browning a little faster than I wanted. Turn the heat down. And I'm going to throw in about 2 cloves of minced garlic right now. I forgot to talk about that too, Sometimes I only remember it once I start making it. So don't squeeze the garlic through a garlic press. You don't want that. That's going to make the garlic flavor too intense. Mince it. Take the time. Do the labor of love. Mince the garlic by hand with your good sharp knife, and then mix it around in here after the other veggies have been cooking for a little while. So another couple of minutes here. I'll keep stirring and sauteing it, and then we'll see. We'll see about the next step. Okay, so now what I got over here, it's a pretty big stock pot here. I'm using it because it's got a strainer inside. So this is a strainer inside. It's all stainless steel here. You don't have to have one of these to do this, but it makes it easier because we want the flavor from the veggies, but to have a nice clear broth, you don't want all the veggies and everything in there. So I got this stock pot about half full of water, and now I put the strainer insert in there, and now I'm going to take the veggies that are done sauteing, I'm going to dump them in here. You don't have to have 2 pots, you don't have to have a strainer insert, but this is the way I like to do it. It makes it easiest for me. So here come the veggies. I'm going to stir them around a little bit, scrape up any of the little brown bits that I can, and I'm going to dump them in there. There we go. So the veggies coming in. Parsnips, onions, garlic, celery, carrots. Good stuff. We're going to make it delicious. Now, I'm going to show you my show you what the pan looks like. We want to get all the flavor. All that flavor we worked so hard to get there. Come back over to this pan right here. You see all them brown bits? Well, I'm going to take some of that water out of that stock pot and use it to deglaze this, so that we save all that flavor that we have, you know, the stove has worked so hard to produce for us. So this is some water from the stock pot there. It don't look clear, you know, perfectly, you know, just like water, because it's already got some of the little bits of the veggies in there. And so now I'm just going to stir that around here, scrape up all the flavor. And if you use the same pot, well, then it's a little easier, because, you know, you don't have to do this part here. But the way I set it up today, this is just how it worked out for me. So I'm just going to keep working on that, and then I'm going to just dump all that right back in the pot with all the veggies and the rest of the water is. Alright, so now I got my my basic stock veggies there in the pot with the water. Got my pot about half full. I'm going to add a little bit of better than bouillon. You know, maybe, I don't need much, because, you know, I got a lot of sources of flavor in here, but, you know, maybe about a little less than a teaspoon of that, maybe half a teaspoon. You know, I mean, I like the flavors of the veggies themselves, but, you know, I want a really rich, satisfying broth here, so we're going to try to build some of that complexity using this concentrate that, you know, I think is a really delicious product. It's a little salty though, so you know, take it easy on it. We're going to taste for salt at the end. I also used some of these, I threw in 2 of these, not chicken cubes. You know, that's another nice product that I like. It's all vegan, you know. So, you know, we're still working vegetarian here. But, you know, what really makes the flavor of this broth, you know, really come together and pop, in my opinion, is fresh herbs. Specifically, a whole bunch of fresh dill. So this is fresh baby dill that I washed. Don't even chop it up. Put it in whole. And likewise, I'm going to throw in a whole bunch of fresh parsley. And I throw these in whole so that they're easy to get out at the end, you know. Again, you're going to pull these all out and strain it off. But you want all that flavor from them herbs in there. And that, in my opinion, if you can't find fresh dill, don't even bother making this, because I think it's such an important ingredient. Fresh parsley is pretty easy to come by, but I love it with just that little flavor of the fresh dill. It ties together the carrots with the parsley and the parsnips and everything. It's just beautiful. So definitely get that. And if you can't get it, well, you know, maybe you still want some chicken soup or mock chicken soup, but I just love it. So now I got the flame on high. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and this is just, I'm just going to cook all this for a long time. And once it's all cooked, you know, after at least an hour or so, but, you know, maybe more like 2 hours, then I'm going to taste it and just see, okay, now what am I adding to just get the flavor profile exactly like I want it. So here's my my soup stock. I simmered the vegetables in there for about 2 hours. Then I turn the flame off and let it sit for another 2 hours. And so now I think, you know, we got a lot of the essences out of the veggies and the herbs in there. So this is why I use a strainer, because now I can just lift up the veggies out of there. And we got a beautiful pot of stock there. And now it's time to taste it. So now you got to taste it. You got to decide what else you want in it. Hopefully it's not too salty. If it's too salty, add some water to it. But chances are it's probably not going to be salty enough. You might want to put in some, you know, just some salt maybe. If you don't think it's got enough, you know, veggie flavor or something like that, you know, you could put in some more veggie bouillon. You could put in some Bragg's liquid aminos, and sometimes that adds a real nice flavor to a soup like this, especially vegetarian soups. Has a little complexity to flavor profile there. So that's all I'm going to do now. I'm going to taste it, and now this soup is now ready to receive whatever I want to put in it. So if you want to put some more veggies in it, you know, to actually eat veggies, you know, you could put some carrots in there. If you want to, you know, make matzo balls, you put the matzo balls in there. I'm going to make kreplach. So I'm just going to taste it, and this part's basically done. And so now I just got to make the dumplings and cook them. Well, there you go. There's this Jewish penicillin in a bowl right there, and this one's fully vegetarian. So this is the mock chicken broth with the vegetarian kreplach, and I'm going to make the meat ones the same way, but I think you get the idea by now. So eat in good health, l'chaim, You know, this is another one of them labors of love. It's a good weekend project. Gonna make you feel good, gonna make your family feel good and happy, and I hope you enjoy it, hope you love it. Take care.